racing 8 seconds to now running the show. From the arena dirt to the chutes to lights on the road. According to Flint, life's better with a grin. Cold beer, good friends, and a wild streak within. From the dirt to the screen, he's keeping it real with a heart like Montana and nerves made of steel. Yeah, you never know what he's gonna say, but you're gonna have fun either way. It's a wild ride, buckle in tight. According to Flint, it's one hell of a night. He's quick on his feet, got a mic in his hand, firing up the whole place, got the crowd clapping hands. Ain't no filter, just straight up truth, calling it like it is from the cowboy booth. According to Flint, life's better with a grin. A cold beer, good friends, and a wild streak within. From the dirt to the screen, he's keeping it real with a heart like Montana and nerves made of steel. Yeah, you never know what he's gonna say, but you're gonna have fun either way. It's a wild ride, buckle in tight. According to Flint, it's one hell of a night. So raise a glass, raise a cheer, turn it up, we're all in here. Good folks, good vibes, let's take this thing for one more ride. According to Flint, life's better with a grin. A cold beer, good friends, and a wild streak within. From the dirt to the screen, he's keeping it real with a heart like Montana and nerves made of steel. Yeah, you never know what he's gonna say, but you're gonna have fun either way. It's a wild ride, buckle in tight. According to Flint, it's one hell of a night. Oh yeah. According to Flint, it's one hell of a night.
Coming to you live from an undisclosed location, here is your host, the one and only Flint Rasmussen.
Everybody, welcome. We understand the PBR Camping World Team Series draft, the fourth draft in the Team Series history, is going on right now. We actually, Bo and I were watching it at the same time. Should we have moved this to Wednesday? Maybe, but listen, you know what? They could have moved the draft to Wednesday too. I mean, that's all there is to it. Plus, I figured once the first round kind of finished up that we'd be okay. I mean, maybe not. There's some names out there. I'll guarantee you in round number 2, there's going to be a lot of names that we can't say. I mean, we can say it. We're allowed to say that we cannot pronounce. How's that? So welcome everybody. Teresa, good to see you. A few people I saw this weekend. Evan, thank you. Marcus is late. I did notice that, as a matter of fact. Corey, thank you. Yeah, I'm kind of on a bad list. There's a few of us. These were marketing T-shirts that they gave to like the hotel staffs around the city. They have "Get Buck Wild" on the back, and I took one. And I'm not sure if I was supposed to take one. I found out today. It was one of these situations where a coworker said, "Hey, people around here are so entitled. You know what's bullshit?" I said, what? Aaron, our head of marketing for the World Finals, Aaron had all these shirts out to give to staff of people all over the city. And there's like 100 of them missing. People just came around and took them. I went, ugh, bastards. That's where I got this shirt. But I did ask for the shirt. I got permission for the shirt. So as we conclude the 2025 PBR World Finals. Waiting for everyone to get settled in. We will. I'll update what I have for the first round. I'm going to be completely honest here. Geez, I sound like Matt West. Let me be completely honest, if you will. The first round of the teams draft, much more interesting and fun than I anticipated. I said there's not many names out there. I don't know who they're going to draft. I like it. I like it. From what I have 6, 7. I have the first 8, and then I turned it off so I can do this. But I don't know. I like their style. Could be cool. So hey, we'll let everybody get settled in. Let's take a quick break. All week at the PBR World Finals. You know what? You know what humidity does? Humidity, number one, makes you sweat. The other day in the stockyards when I came in Saturday to this little Hall of Fame thing, my phone said 90 degrees, feels like 103. That's the biggest discrepancy I've ever seen. 90 feels like 103. That's what you call humidity. That's when the big storms roll in, which they did. But it also, here's what I was getting at. It sucks the starch right out of your Wranglers. I mean, you can have them Texas starch. Believe me, mine are Texas starch. Sucks it right out of there. But the point is, I had my starch Wranglers, my starch Wrangler shirt. Been a Wrangler guy since 1997. Quick word from Wrangler, long live Cowboys, then we'll get rolling.
Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Welcome back, all. Familiar faces, some new ones. Good to see everybody. Carrie, good to see you. My mom, Tootie, on the line. Jane from Canada, cheering for Shea, and I don't know what that means. Should go to the finals. Anyway, the PBR teams draft taking place right now in Austin, Texas, just down the road a few hours. I did not go. We are well represented by the company there, thanks to JJ Gotch and the entire Austin Gamblers organization for putting that on at Austin City Limits, a historic venue they have music tonight after, sold tickets to it. Didn't want to waste the money for the company going and stayed home. Plus, we've been going a little here. We've been going a little bit. So I am sure that on all of those outlets that you watch PBR and watching the draft, I'm sure their viewership just now took a big dive because we started. But looking at the first round, like I said, I just didn't know. Arizona, no big surprise from what I had heard. Jean Carlos Moreira, he's the Brazilian champion. We heard Antonio Moraes on the telecast with Kate Harrison. The guy is for real, so we'll see how that goes. The number 2 pick I loved. A guy, listen, not a lot of NFR rodeo guys are coming over to get on teams. And this guy did. He's a 2-time NFR qualifier, Trey Holston, 25 years old. So they also get kind of a veteran. The New York Mavericks can use a guy like Trey Holston. Genuinely excited. Really good interview there. A couple of brothers came over from Australia. They both get drafted in the first round. Macaulay Leather gets drafted number 3. Then at number 4, Kansas City and Daniel Fetosa. Missouri picks his brother, Boston Leather. Boston Leather. I'll tell you what, the Leather boys, that Boston Leather, wicked good. Wicked good. His name's Boston. Boston Leather. Kansas City then has another pick at number 6. Eric, Novoa. Did you hear how they say it? good 19-year-old cowboy from California that everybody's talking about. And then a guy I was excited to see that had declared for the draft, New York. First, they get Trey Holston. Then New York, I believe, was number 7. They got Cannon Cravens. Listen, for those of you who've been around a while, Cannon Cravens had a little success in the PBR. He was very young, had some injuries, went away, rodeoed pretty hard, had really good success rodeoing, declares for the draft. Cannon Cravens is picked up by New York, and then Austin picks Rogerio Venancio, and after that, Novoa. Chris Rankin, thank you, buddy. Chris, check me if I'm wrong. Like 19-year-old kid from California. Novoa. I'll go with that. Hankin, check me if I'm wrong, but yeah, they're talking about him, a good young guy from California. So my point is, there was a lot of talk about, well, not a lot of big names in this draft. Maybe not a lot of big mainstream names, but I like that they picked up a couple of good Australians in the first round, and then Trey Holston, Eric there at number 6, and then Cannon Cravens. I like it. I like it a lot. So there you go. We've been keeping up with that a little bit. Chris says he's solid. He's solid. Good. Cool. Janice, happy birthday. Happy birthday on Thursday. That's right. Even Corey says Big Papa. Jill Olson says she's wearing a According to Flint shirt, and it should be everyone on this shirt. It should be required dress code. Actually, yeah. Hey, this morning, I think some people got the wrong idea that maybe I was just going to be salty the whole time, that I was pissed off at the world. Maybe I was this morning. Hard to say. There's some salty things always after the PBR finals. When you work in a company with 150 full-time employees and you see 40 of them every day and you see the work they put in for months and months and months to make a World Finals happen, and then with the advent of social media, it's turned people into idiots and they say bad things about it. Yeah, it makes you a little salty. But we'll get to that. It's okay. Huge couple of weekends. And from a organization standpoint, as far as really executing a project, if you want to call World Finals that, executing a project all the way from contract personnel in the live event production business, announcers, music, everybody, to in the office with marketing and activation of sponsors and different things. It was pretty much hit a home run. So eliminations the first weekend. In case you missed it, let's have a little update. The first weekend with 4 rounds of elimination rides, we said going into the first weekend, I went on Cowboy Channel before eliminations, so 2 weeks ago, and they said, give us 3 people. This was on Western Sports Roundup. Give us 3 people to watch heading into eliminations. Here's the 3 people I gave them on Western Sports Roundup. I said, watch for Hudson Bolton. The guy has a chance to be the Rookie of the Year. I really like the way he's riding. Watch for him. Oh, let's look into the future. How'd that go? Pretty good. Number 2, look out for Caden Loud. He was coming off injuries. He won a bunch of money last year at World Finals. Watch for him. Let's look. That went pretty good. The third one, I said, this isn't a real sleeper, but this is how I put it on Western Sports Roundup. The man at number 18, keep in mind, he was a few points out of being 15. The guy at 18, a guy named Jose Vitor Leme, is going to screw up a lot of crap for a lot of guys. I think I did pretty well. I did well. Jose Vitor Leme goes 4 for 4. He wins the $150,000 prize for the best on 4 in the elimination rounds, and with his round money, wins $197,000 the first weekend in 4 days. Then we go to redemptions. We get our 5 that ride in. The bottom drops off. They ride back in. Yada yada. Not going to go through all that. Then we go to AT&T Stadium. Friday night's Kid Rock Rockin' Rodeo. Crazy time. Great rodeo. Listen, think what you want about Kid Rock, but that guy live is unbelievable. That guy in a live concert, first of all, he comes out in his convertible with JB Mooney and Jagger Mooney driving the convertible. Jagger Mooney, by the way, pistols in the holster by his side. Who's in the convertible? Kid Rock singing in the back. Parker McCollum waiting to go on stage. They open the rodeo, then Kid Rock closes it after. Unbelievable crowd, unbelievable rodeo. If you're wondering, I know you can't see it on TV, and my mom's watching, and we talked this morning on the phone. On TV, you can't get a feel for the big picture. What's the setup like in AT&T Stadium? We play to half the house. What it reminds me of is playing at the Calgary Stampede, the huge grandstand and the ends. Throw it up there, Bo. If you're watching on TV, you can't get a real feel. So the stage for Kid Rock Rockin' Rodeo, that's the stage. Once that's over, it's used for cowboy introductions, presentations during and after the show. That's where the photo shoots for the world champion. On each side of the stage, the timed event shoots for the rodeo, plus a set of bucking shoots on each side of that. So that's the setup of the arena, and we buck bulls out of one side, then move over to the other side, and only play. If you look, there's a big black curtain behind the stage, so that's all closed off. They're doing a little construction back there, actually. So we play to one side of AT&T Stadium. That's the setup. Down below, if you look down along the dirt, those are what we call premium experience dirt suites. All of them sold for every night, and that's where people, companies, sponsors buy, room for 20 people. Sean Gleason, our CEO, had his own dirt suite that seated about 50 people. He had Sunday maybe, the cast of Landman was there. That might have been Saturday night. Cole Hauser was up there, Neil McDonough and his family. Anyway, it is quite the experience in AT&T Stadium playing to half a house. Anyway, but Kid Rock Rockin' Rodeo, the championship weekend, in case you were keeping score at home, Jose Vitor Leme had a pretty good weekend. That weekend too. So before I get on that, let's take a look, Bo, if we shall. Here are the final results of the PBR World Finals event. The event itself. On 4 at AT&T, remember those top guys rode 2 a day. Jose Vitor Leme, there's Hudson Bolton, your new rookie of the year. Every year it's new because a guy can't win rookie of the year twice, in case you didn't know. Felipe Furlan rallies. Sage Kimsey and Caden Loud split 4th and 5th. Sandro, Allen, Paulo, Brady Fielder, Lucas Davino. There's your top 10. Before I get into this, Brady Fielder was 9th. Dalton Castle, not in the top 10 in the event standings. Which leads to the world standing, the final world championship standings. The final world standings, if you see it, I got this. Oh. Jose Vitor Leme, if you look at how close this was, Dalton Castle ends up number 2. Number 3 was Brady Fielder. 4, you can see it. Dalton Castle second by, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you how much he was second by, because something was stated wrong on television. I maybe shouldn't call it out here. When Jose Vitor Leme rode his last bull, the world title race was not decided. If Dalton Castle would have scored 91 1/4 points on his final bull, instead of 90 and a quarter points. The placings in that round would have been so that Dalton Castle would have been the world champion. So for everybody saying it's not fair, and by the way, fairs are for pigs with ribbons. It's not fair that Jose Vitor Leme was out for a long time with injury, came in number 18, and won the world championship. Dalton Castle, who I love and would have loved to see him win a world championship, is not in the top 10 of the PBR finals event standings. Brady Fielder was number 9. And you're telling me that just because Jose Vitor Leme didn't go to as many events and sat out with injury, that it's not fair, the point system is wrong, that he won the world title. Here's the problem. All the dumbasses that say that aren't on this show. We have good fans. We have smart fans most of the time. So what do? Do you make the points so that a guy comes in like Jose Vitor Leme and not only rides 8 bulls, he didn't squeak by 8 bulls. He dominated the field on 8 bulls in a row. What if he would have dominated the field on 8 bulls in a row? Dalton Castle's out of the top 10. Brady Fielder's number 9 in the event standings, but they're still number 1 and number 2 in the world. Would somebody have gone, Jose Vitor Leme is obviously the best one. Why the hell didn't he win the world title? Yeah. Thank you for that. Oh, appreciate that. Uncued. That was your call. Good job. Is that what we want? Is that the right thing? What happens in the NCAA tournament if a team is 18-12, wins their conference tournament, sneaks in the NCAA and makes it to the Final Four? Well, shit, that's not fair. Is that how it is? So again, the funny thing is, 3 weeks ago, social media comments were, Jose Vitor Leme was getting screwed, not getting scored enough points because PBR wants the young guys to win. So make up your mind. Who's screwing who? Do we like Jose? Do we not? Jose, in his... By the way, if you see people on social media that say Jose Vitor Leme came in number 31 and won the world title, that is not true. He came in number 18. In his year winning the world title, Jose Vitor Leme had 37 attempts. 37. He rode 22 of those bulls for 60% riding percentage. Keep something in mind. The last 8 were at the World Finals. People are saying you shouldn't award more points at the World Finals. Well, shit, what? You're probably right. So I know maybe I compare it to rodeo, which I shouldn't because it is different. The NFR pays $30,000 a round. You can come in number 15 at the NFR and within 3 days be number 1. There's no rodeos in the country anywhere that pay $30,000 a round. Nowhere except the NFR. But rodeo people, they don't bitch about, pays too much. It's not fair. Maybe some do. That's the anti-revenue department. But yeah, so middle of the week. Yeah, thanks, Tim. I appreciate it. Again, Tim's pointing out what I did. Dalton Castle and Brady Fielder, not even in the top 8 in the event standings. Love them. I'm just stating facts, like Charlie Kirk. I'm stating facts. Midweek, after eliminations, somebody came to me and said, Jose Vitor Leme looks really good. do you think he'll win the world title? And I said, no. He's going to win a bunch of money this week. Mathematically, people say, well, mathematically he could. I said, mathematically and realistically is like the dirty joke about hypothetically and realistically. You know, the dad who tells his son, you know, hypothetically, we're sitting on a couple $1 million. Realistically, we're living with a couple of whores. You know the joke. Anyway, I said he would have to win. First of all, he'd have to have those top guys buck off some bulls. And second of all, he'd have to win all 4 rounds in the average, and nobody can do that. Yeah, somebody could do that. Jose Vitor Leme can do it. Somebody, what'd Cheryl say? Oh, anyway. Hello, Paige. Thanks for coming. I appreciate you. Paige is on my side, by the way. Paige Rasmussen. That would be my daughter. So I'm looking at the notes I've written. I have received, because they are forwarded to me, like I say, we have a PBR direct email. And it's amazing, for one, that people take the time out of their day to type out an email this long bitching about the point system. And a couple of them we got are, it's one today was, too many points are awarded at the World Finals. A guy shouldn't be able to come from 18th and be the world champion. Number one, that's BS. Number two, it isn't, and by the way, a lot of people are saying bonus points at the NFR or at the PBR World Finals. They're not bonus points. It's just weighted because it's the World Finals. It isn't that we award too many points at the World Finals. It's just that Jose Vitor Leme got them all. Somebody else ride a bull, which they did, but he won. Everybody, he won 4 rounds in a row. And I know most of you agree with me, but damn it, it builds up. And by the way, if you can't come from around 15th in the world to win a world title, what the hell? Let's just bring the top 10, tell the rest of them to go home, because it's not fair if they win. So if you really stop, what I think is there is emotion behind it. A lot of people, I don't know why Jose Vitor Leme, people love him or hate him. Somebody said that. You love him or hate him? I really don't know what to hate about Jose Vitor Leme. He's a family guy. He's a very nice man. He comes to our country, assimilates into the culture. He did everything you people and us people and those people want those guys to do. The first thing he did was start learning English, and now he speaks it with practically no accent. He has done everything he can to be a great champion. And basically, there's just a lot of, it's my show, I can say it. I know you people are my friends, you people. You're welcome. There's a lot of dumb people out there and a lot of it is old fans. One fan emailed in and said, I watched the first 20 minutes and it was a waste of my time. You've changed all the rules to bull riding. You don't bring the ranked bulls. So, the logic part of me, I have not responded yet. If you just respond with no emotion and say, number one, please send me a list of rules that we have changed about bull riding. That would be valuable to me because I'd like to see that. Number two, also send a list of all those rank bulls that we did not bring. Because if they're out there, we want the list. Because, Man Hater, Red Demon, and Cool Whip, and Walk Hard. What a bunch of pieces of crap those bulls are, right? Why do we want them when we could have the rank ones? I wish I could put that in an email. I could. I would. Does it translate in an email? Anyway. Yeah. Anyway, think before typing, everybody. With that in mind, in round number 4 of championship weekend in AT&T Stadium, by the way, somebody in the comments under my post said I'd be long-winded. You damn right I am, because it's my show. And our numbers have gone up, actually, since I started talking. In his last ride of the 2025 PBR World Finals to secure a world title, although Dalton Castle was yet to ride, here's Jose.
Jose Vitor-Leme is your 2025 PBR World Champ. Can he be perfect again? He chose walk hard.
He's got a great goal and a great opportunity.
Coming in to the final weekend, Lemme knew he needed perfection. Well, he just produced that and added a healthy dollop of domination.
Yeah, and you want to talk about perfection and not just staying on. He made 4 really, really solid rides this week.
91 points, gang.
The first time I ever seen Jose was at the finals in Las Vegas, and he rode perfect there. Like, this guy's amazing. He turned back and did it all over again for that 3rd world title.
I wish American riders would run out and lift, I think it's cool when they do that. By the way, it was not over. Even after that ride, TV called it. It's like an election. It wasn't over. If Dalton Castle would have been 91 1/4, he would have been your world title. We wouldn't be having this conversation. It would have been forgotten. But listen, the first day at AT&T, Dalton Castle was 7 point something. He looked great. Nobody choked. Nobody did anything. It's just the way things fall. So that is, if you're just tuning in, I expressed many of my thoughts that build up throughout the weekend, making sure I didn't forget any. No, I think I got them all. Anyway, congratulations. Jose is a great guy. I did not see him afterwards. It does not. The one warning: permanent ban will ensure a live. I don't know what that means. Didn't see him, but hey, he was 91 points and dismounted on his feet. I'm gonna say it. Might be the greatest bull rider I've ever seen. Might be. So it was one more thing. They posted a video of one of his rides on PBR social media, and somebody on it said, I don't know how he scored that many points. He was out of position for half the ride. I'm not sure what that means to that person, but again, there's a lot of dumb people. So listen, we got some more. I'm going to take a breath. Everybody take a breath. Teresa, I believe PBR is coming to Chicago. Yes. Yeah, Jimmy Haneke, good to see you. Not a USA title. Yeah, I could say something there, but I won't. I think people know that. Put a kid from Texas in the same situation and he does that very thing. He's the biggest hero in PBR history. So anyway, gonna take a break. Had a little Hall of Fame thing, some things to talk about. What else do we got? Bowen, what am I forgetting? Some rodeo world standings. Let's take a breath. Real quick break. Montana Silversmiths, thanks to their continued support of everything according to Flint and outside the barrel, all of it. Quick word from Montana Silversmiths. Jennifer says, what's my plans for the summer? Keep something in mind. We have about a month, a little over a month and a half, month and 6, 7, 8 weeks to get ready for the PBR Team Series coming your way. So not much breaks, big meetings in the PBR office next week with planning going forward. And I am flying to Montana on Thursday to drive a U-Haul back to Texas for my daughters, who, much like me, for work are moving to Texas. So summer's going to come and go. Work. By the way, congratulations. We talked about the riders, and I mentioned it in passing. Congratulations to everybody else. PBR World Finals, I had the honor on Sunday afternoon before the start of the show to present the buckles to the live event production. Luke Kaufman, who calls the live show and puts it all together, would never like to navigate his brain because it's more complicated. There's a lot going on in there, but Scott Grover, Tyler Viles, Chris Rankin, who watches on here, Clint Atkins with their announcer buckles, Brad Norducci and Richard Jones, music director buckles, and Matt Merritt and Brinson James with their entertainer buckles. By the way, and I addressed this in a comment, if you miss me in the arena and want to say, hey, we sure loved you when you were working, I appreciate that. And I've never said this because I never wanted to give you the credit for saying it. Please don't insult guys that I consider colleagues that are working hard to entertain in the arena. If you think by calling them something they're not or insulting them that compliments me, you are wrong. Be a little classier than that. My parents brought me up in a rodeo environment, telling me that they loved the rodeo world because rodeo and Western people were just a little better people and a little nicer. Sometimes I question that with some of the things people say. So prove me wrong there. I appreciate that. So congratulations to all that. That was a little salty too, just out of nowhere right there. On Saturday in right next to Billy Bob's, had the opportunity to attend the Bull Riding Hall of Fame ceremony as I was inducted into the Bull Riding Hall of Fame that is displayed in the concourse of the old Cowtown Coliseum. Gave a little talk. There's Donnie Gay over my left shoulder and legendary also Pam Minnick, the two hosts, said a few cool words, got inducted alongside my good buddy Shorty Gorham. I posted a picture earlier this week of Shorty on. So where's Shorty? He's in the damn Hall of Fame. That's where he is. Shared a table with the great Silvano Alves and his wife and son. So really not. Oh, and here, I'll show you something. Bo, I didn't tell you this. So sometimes you go and you get a plaque or you get a medal or you get a buckle. Not the Bull Riding Hall of Fame. They do it all. Got a plaque. That's me. Medal hanging over there. That. Bull Riding Hall of Fame buckle. There you go. I will say from experience, the people that are watching, intrigued with buckles and guys getting buckles, I have a lot of buckles. It never, ever, ever gets old, and I never take it for granted getting a buckle. So, yeah, legendary Mo Bandy was there. His brother Mike Bandy inducted in the Bull Riding Hall of Fame. So good to see Mo, old Bandy, the rodeo clown himself. Hey, got some standings also. Every week we bring you one event from professional rodeo. We like to call it our Montana Silversmiths World Standings of the Week. This week, we're looking at the bareback riding. Bradley Miller, whose dad Bubba is the coach at Sam Houston State University, still a college kid. Bradley sitting number one. Rocker Steiner, he showed us what he's made of at Kid Rock's Rockin' Rodeo. Think what you want about Rocker Steiner. He killed it at the Kid Rock Rockin' Rodeo and stayed for the next 2 days and went to both performances of the PBR World Finals. Saw him in the hotel lobby, gave me a big hug. I'll tell you, the kid, he's got passion and he's got energy, and sometimes maybe it's not funneled in the direction people want it, but the kid has some passion. Dean Thompson, also looking good at Kid Rock's Rodeo. Garrett Shadbolt, Nick Pelkey, Jess Pope, had a nice chat with him on Friday night. Cole Franks made a good showing at AT&T. Mason Clements, Jaco Roper, and the tall, good-looking one, damn him, R.C. Landingham. Those are Here's how I'll say it. I think here's the proper English. That is your top 10. Those are the Cowboys in your top 10. How's that? Mom, former English teacher, that is your top 10, and those are the Cowboys within that top 10. How about that? Can't even get me in English. Oh, let's see. Hey, if you're looking for something to do, let's see. If you're looking for something to do, many of us know my friend Kurt Blake. If you don't know Kurt Blake, I will give him your number and he'll send you funny, dumb shit on your phone like he does us, right? Well, Decatur, Texas, if you're around the area, I know that from right here at my house is about 33 miles from where I am. On May 31st. The final, they wanted to have it in 2020 and it got canceled. The final J.W. Hart Invitational PBR at the rodeo arena there in Decatur, Texas. They always do it right. The grammar Nazi says thumbs up. Tootie. There you go. May 31st, the Decatur, Texas PBR, the J.W. Hart Invitational. Check it out. Should be some great riders, great time. Kurt Blake in charge of production and probably some pyro there as well. So check that out. Bo, what am I forgetting today? We haven't done a Wrangler Minute. I've done it. I did about a 15 freaking minute Wrangler Minute earlier, didn't I? And the other one that was suggested to me was talking about people insulting. Yeah. Kenny Ringer, Tough was at the World Finals. Let's talk about it. It's not a Wrangler Minute, but we sent out an invitation to all former world champions. One that wasn't there that had been there a couple days before, Jess Lockwood was around with his girlfriend at the Kid Rock Rodeo, but then he took off. But some great world champions and some founders of the PBR. Tough Edelman, former world champion, a couple of years ago in Dickey's Arena. Sorry, I have to sneeze. In Dickey's Arena, he accepted the invitation to AT&T and got introduced in the opening. I think fans love to see that Tough Hedeman comes to the PBR World Finals upon invitation. So that's good. Mike Daly, kudos PBR for having the women's final roping and barrels during intermission on Saturday night. Yep, that's part of the Women's Rodeo World Championship. So Connor, was your girlfriend there? Who is my girlfriend, Connor? Yours, Connor. Hey, by the way, still living in Texas, no layers. I mean, I could have wore black sleeves. I could have wore white sleeves under this t-shirt if I was in Montana today, in Billings, where it was probably windy and 62, maybe. I'm close. Yeah, I'd have layered up. Not here. I'll take some questions. Who would be a great rider for best wins? Lemmy. Gilbert and Adam Carrillo there. Jess Lockwood is feeling really good. I talked to him, and he would like to be on a team for the team season, honestly. Yeah. My thoughts on this World Finals. Janice, love you. Have I not done that? Well, have I not given my thoughts on that? Lisa, thank you. I need you to vent. Anything else? Throw something at me. All right, let's do this. We're doing a Wrangler Minute today because I'm feeling good. So I've covered kind of everything World Finals, but if you don't think I have covered something, that could be a Wrangler Minute. Evan Todd just said, will the team series come back for next season? I hope so, because they just had a draft tonight. Marcus says he's chasing the yellow chutes. Actually, he went to a few rodeos, but he's not going to any rodeos right now. So David Allen said it's plumb fine. Plumb fine. So we have this thing. Now I have everyone else saying it. Our good friend Lloyd Ketchum, bullfighter legend Lloyd Ketchum. If you ask him anything, I remember him getting absolutely wiped out in Lewiston, Idaho one time, to the hospital. ended up missing Pendleton. He gets up and his glasses are crooked. And I said, "Oh my God, Lloyd, are you okay?" "I'm plumb fine. Plumb fine." So Garrison says to go to bed. Let's see. I'll give you a couple. How about a Wrangler Minute topic? Wrangler Minute topic where I talk about any topic that you want for exactly 1 minute. If you don't come up with a topic, we'll call it a day, I guess. People are thinking. They're thinking. Angie, how many area codes do I know? I don't know that many. Tracy, yeah. We had a VIP reception for a lot of the fans that through the years have spent the most money buying tickets. And it was Sunday morning in the Dallas Cowboys locker room with free drinks. Blake Sharp, stock contractor of the year again. Myself, Mason Taylor went in and talked to all the fans. So, yeah, it was great. Teresa, it was good to see you there. Will I be hosting anything at the NFR this year? Yes, I will be hosting the buckle ceremonies at the South Point every night. And I'm not doing my Outside the Barrel show, but I see Bo. You can't see him, but he's doing this. We're working on something for a couple days, right? We're just stay tuned. Stay tuned. Yeah. Thoughts on Blake Shelton leaving The Voice? You know, he said he'd be in Austin. And so, P.S., if this is Austin, I still love you. I don't know. I was trying to think. He's out walking Old Red. That's what he's doing. What concert would you want to go that you haven't seen? Oh, we may not have a Wrangler Minute, but I'm answering questions. You know, that's not a bad one. That's not a bad one, damn it. Concert. Living or dead? Living or dead? Yes, Chad Berger was at the finals. I talked to him. Yes. All right. Living or dead, a concert that I wish I could go to that I have never been to. Trying to think of what is one? No, been there. I'm thinking it like first thing I thought was Bon Jovi. No, I saw him. Calgary Stampede. Saw him. All right. Here we go. Wrangler Minute. Kenny knows me too well. Sam Cook. Look at everybody throwing ones at me that I think that I want to see. All right, here we go. Wrangler Minute. Clock is ready. And I'm just going to tell you right now, the Rolling Stones have never even been within sniffing distance of that list. So here we go. Concert that I've never been to, living or dead, that I wish I could see. Wrangler Minute. Ready and go. First of all, how can one go wrong in wanting to see the great Elvis Presley? I would love to go back in time and see what all the fuss is about. Hear his voice when it was at the top of his game. No one loved me tender. No one had a voice like Elvis Presley. I will say a concert now I have been to a few times. In case you're wondering, Kid Rock is so good live with his band as backup singers. But I have been to that. Believe it or not, I have never been to a Garth Brooks concert. I have met Garth Brooks. I know his manager, my former boss, Randy Bernard. He has been everywhere, and he is an inspiration for my entertainment style. Garth Brooks, I would have loved to go to a One Direction concert. Would have loved One Direction in their heyday, but without a doubt, hands down, concert I wish I could see, Michael Jackson. Here you go. There you go. How'd I do? Yeah. Anyway, what happens is you give your opinion and somebody argues. Well, I think you're wrong on the One Direction. singing at Chansey's. Yeah, haven't done that in a while. So there you go. Michael Jackson. Telling you. The greatest entertainer ever to have lived was Michael Jackson. Weirdo. Great entertainer. His dad's fault. Not his fault, but yeah. Didn't PBR stick around in Ridgedale? No. Some people did with some production stuff, but I did not. Anyway, how'd we do? Your very first concert was Michael Jackson. Wow. That's crazy. Nice job, Cheryl. Bastard. I have good choices. Look at, filled up some note cards today. Got stuff on the front, the back, another one. That's a good thing. Hey, thanks for joining us, everybody. Excuse my saltiness. Most of the time, my saltiness is just passion for not only what I believe, but correcting people when they don't give facts. And I do think that that is one thing social media has done to us, is people sit down on a keyboard or on their phone and they just type something. Like the list of rules we changed and the rank bowls we didn't break. Somebody just stop and think. And I guess that's always been the way my brain works, is if you just stop and think and give facts, that you're probably better off in the long run. So saltiness, yes. Frustration, more than that. But overall, it was an amazing PBR World Finals. If a lot of people don't think there's any great bull riders in this field, there's some great bull riders right now. And there's lots of them. There's a lot of them in rodeo. There's a lot of them in PBR. They're out there. We just have them spread all over the country. So we'll catch up on the team's draft. Not sure if I'll see you next week. Big meetings going on. Bo has meetings as well. But we'll try to keep you updated. Chris Rankin, Papa's staying salty, my man. So thanks for joining us, everybody. Appreciate you. See you next time.